All right. I was gonna wait until tomorrow to make another video, but this stuff, in the last like 10 minutes, it's just ridiculous. So you have this girl who died named Lauren Hill. Um, she fought cancer or whatever, and played Division III basketball. And you had people like LeBron James and everybody giving tributes to her because she died today on 4/10, April 10th. But it's all about the number 22. It's so ridiculous. So her number was 22. And here's a picture of her wearing 22 just to show you she is number 22. Let's check her out on Wikipedia here. Shows number 22 again. Says she was born in Greendale, Indiana. I mean, so she was born in, says Greendale, Indiana. Green is 49. 49 is huge. Talked about that for how long now? And Dale is 22. Greendale is 49 and 22. If you add up Greendale, Indiana, it comes to 123. She died on April 10th. It also comes up to 123. The word conspiracy, 123. Her name, Lauren Hill, in simple gematria adds up to 112, which is 22. And if you don't believe me that it's connected to 22, I will prove it in a second here. Or just 11 too, 112, right? 22, and then 49. So we got 49, 22, 22, 49, and then a whole bunch of 123s. And I guess it's not even just 22, it's just the number 2 in general. Like, read right here. She was runner-up for 2014 Associated Press Female Athlete of the Year, coming second in voting to Monet Davis. So she came in second. So basically, the only reason she's famous is she went to college, whatever, found out she had cancer, and then and then she made a big awareness thing of cancer, and so yeah, it was just a big old deal. Like, she was playing with cancer and whatnot, and it was just this awesome deal, I guess. But whether who knows if it's even real. But anyway, so it says all the stuff that she did, and then it says the apex of those efforts was Mount St. Joseph's November 2nd season opener against Hiram College. Remember, she's 11-2. November 2nd is 11-2. They actually moved the game. The original game was supposed to be on November 15th, but they switched it to November 2nd for her. So, I mean, November 2nd is 11-2-22. It was originally supposed to be on November 15th. Okay, so right here it says the game was originally supposed to be played on November 15th. However, the game was moved to November 2nd. November 15th, that is the day Space Jam was released in 1996. She died at age 19, and November 15th of this year will be the 19th anniversary of Space Jam. Oh yeah, and she also died of brain cancer. Brain cancer adds up to 88. It also says Wheaties has honored Hill with her picture on its cereal box. Let's check out Wheaties. Wheaties was created in 1922. What are the odds of that? It also began its association with sports in 1927, which is 88 years ago. Wheaties was made by General Mills, and the guy who founded General Mills, I guess there's two guys, he was born on the 112th day of the year, 11-2. He was also born 197 years ago. 197 is the 45th prime number. And I talked about 45 and how it goes together with 49. 45 is actually Valentine's. And she played basketball at Mount St. Joseph University. That is in Cincinnati, Ohio. Cincinnati, Ohio adds up to 149. and 149 is the 35th prime number. And I just did the whole video on the Herbie and the significance of 35 and 53. The 53rd day of the year, for instance, is February 22nd, 222. Oh man, even over here, read over here about it, and it says it has an academic staff of 123. Didn't I talk about 123 before? Then you scroll down to the athletics of Mount St. Joseph University. The Mount fields 22 NCAA Division III athletic teams. And then in this interview on ESPN.com here, he talks about how when she was diagnosed, she was only given 2 years to live. Then it even says she appeared on the Wheaties box and in her own Upper Deck basketball card. For one, the Upper Deck is the second or higher tier deck of seating in a sports stadium. Also, the card company Upper Deck. It was founded in 1988. She even struck up a friendship with Cincinnati Bengals player Devin Still, whose daughter was battling cancer. He was born on 7/11. He was the 53rd pick in round 2 of the 2012 NFL draft. But the 53rd pick of the 2012 draft is actually the 21st pick. Let's see here. There's 32 in the first round, and he was the 53rd. So he is the 21st pick in the second round. So 2/21. It even says that he attended Penn State, where he played for Coach Joe Paterno from 2008 to 2011. 8/11, 88. Joe Paterno. He died on the 22nd day of the year. And also, it's 1/22. So he was the 21st pick in round 2, so 2/21. And he played for Joe Paterno in college, and he died on 1/22. Even more interesting is that Joe Paterno started coaching Penn State in 1966, which is 49 years ago, and he had 409 victories. So he's the winningest coach since they gave him back his wins or whatever. 409. That you take out the 0, 49. 49 years ago. And when they took away the wins, they took away 111 games, or 111 wins. We've talked about 111 multiple times. 111. He's born on 12/21. Significant day. The mirrors, whatever, tons of stuff. Talked about it. And all the stuff is happening in Ohio. You had Jerry Sandusky, who was with Paterno here. And I think I talked about this a long time ago. So I'm going to make it real short, but you got him born in 44 or whatever. There's something to do with Second Mile, yeah. He founded the Second Mile. But anyway, it also reminds me of the movie Tommy Boy, which takes place in Sandusky, Ohio. But I'm not going to go into that right now, so we're out of time. Oh, but I forgot to mention, so he died on 1/22. The other guy was drafted second round, 21st pick. So 2/21, 1/22. Then you got your 49 and 49 years ago. And that all ties into everything I've been talking about, because 1/22, if you add up San Francisco, it's 1/22. San Francisco is also on 37 North, 1/22 West. Pope Francis adds up to 122. Pope Francis is named after Francis of Assisi, and San Francisco is also named after Francis of Assisi. It also says on this article, the two things that have driven her are her dreams to play at the college level and to spread awareness about this ugly disease. So another 2 reference. So also, like I said, they moved the game to November 2nd. They won and they scored 66 points. The other team scored 55. Also, they played Hiram College. And Hiram adds up to 49. College 59. Hiram College is 108. 108 is 54 and 54. And love, the word love, is also 54. The game was played at Xavier University. Xavier is 79. 22nd prime number is 79. The arena is called the 22's Center. And look when it broke ground on February 26th, which is the first day of Lupercalia. It also opened on November 18th, which is your 1118, your 888 or 88. It says within the main area are 22 luxury boxes. You also have CTUS, the corporation. It's headquartered in Mason, Ohio, which is like a suburb of Cincinnati, but just the word Mason, like Freemason. Well, let's click on that. And it says Mason is a city approximately 22 miles from down Cincinnati. Like, really. Then it says on November 20th, less than 2 months after committing to MSJ, she was diagnosed with whatever, the IPG. So just less than 2. And this is the most messed up thing I've read all night. So it says, after Hill played in 4 games and made 5 layups, Mount St. Joseph basketball coach Dan Benjamin announced she would not play in future games and would like to stay on as an honorary coach. So she only played 4 games and made 5 layups. So for one, you got 4 and 5, which is Valentine's. But a layup is 2 points. So 5 layups, that means she scored 10 points in 4 games. 4-10. Look when she died. 4-10. Just have to say it one more time. She played in 4 games this season, and she scored 10 points, and she died on 4-10. Even more 22s here. So 3 days later, the V Foundation for Cancer Research, V 22, 22nd letter of the alphabet. It was founded because of Jim Valvano in 1993. During he lost his own fight, and they donated $100,000. So the Jimmy V Foundation, but it just says the V Foundation. So 22. Jim Valvano, 1993. April 28th of this year will be 22 years ago. April 28th is also the 118th day of the year, 11/8/88. Another thing I wanted to point out, if you look at what ESPN and every other website has reported, if you go to the actual Mount whatever website here, it tells you a different story. It says that she scored 4 points in this game and not 2, not a layup. 22, I just realized they scored 66 points. 1966 was 49 years ago. Another place I read said the Franklin one was her last game, and she played these other ones. But anyway, the College of Wooster was her last game, and they scored 66 points again. So 49 rep. All right, well, I thought I was done, but I noticed a few more things here. So the first game was 11-2-22. They even, let's see. The very last game was on 2/22, according to this website anyway. And they played Rose Holman Institute. Rose Valentine's. The game was on 2/22, and they scored 22 points in the second quarter, so 2/22. They also played a game on the 49th day of the year, February 18th, and they won, and they scored 67 points. And I talked about 67 and all that with Bill Murray. They also played a game on Valentine's Day, and they lost, and they scored 45 points on Valentine's Day, 45th day of the year, and they scored 45 points on the 45th day of the year. kind of weird. Also, their last three games, all significant days, 45, 49, and then 2-2-2. They lost by 15, won by 15, and then lost by 15. And another game, the game before that was February 11th, 2-11, 22, right? They started on 11-2, and this game is 2-11, 22. And look, they scored 45 points again. Also, this game is on 2-11, so 22, and the record was 5-17 after it. So that's 22. Their 22nd game was on 2-11. Also, when I think of Lauryn Hill, I think of Lauryn Hill, the singer. That's why I was confused when I first seen the article today. But Lauryn Hill, it says that she has, I believe it's 2 studio albums. No, maybe not here. It's not 2 studio albums, but she actually only has 2 albums. 1 studio album and 1 live album. And I seen the other Lauryn Hill was all about 2s. So her Lauryn Hill's second album then is called MTV Unplugged Number 2. It came out in 2002, which is 22. So let's look more into it. It says it fell quickly on the charts after entering the Billboard 200 at number 2 on May 15th, 2002. It's also a double disc album, so 2. And it has 22 tracks. I mean, what are the odds of that? I mean, there's no way. I just don't get it. You have the other Lauryn Hill surrounded by 22s and all that. And then now the singer has a bunch of 2s around her album. Her second album has 2s all over it. Also, yesterday, or 2 days ago, or whatever you want to call it, 4-9, April 9th, 49, Stephen Curry broke his own record for made threes in a season. And I mean, the game was getting kind of close, but I knew that Golden State was going to win because they're the 49 team. They're from San Francisco or Oakland, San Francisco Bay, so it's all about 49. Anyway, so he broke the record with his 273rd three-pointer in the season, but he also, so it was 4-9, and he scored 45 points, so 45 on 4-9. I also thought it was kind of funny at the end for the Portland. They were talking about, oh, Lillard can get him back in the game. Lillard can do this or that. Damian Lillard is number 0, so he's a monster. So, also, I mean, what I thought was the most interesting thing, though, was I looked him up. And he's actually from Oakland, California, which is in the San Francisco Bay. So he's actually a San Francisco guy, but he's also a monster. And I know I talked about it before, but nothing special really. Just I said that I think that since it's Russell Westbrook and whatnot, Oklahoma City's going to end up making the playoffs with 45 wins, and Golden State's going to finish the season with 66 wins. That way it would be 49 and 45, and they'll play each other. Yeah, but I got to go to bed, so I'll probably make a couple more videos tomorrow. There's a bunch of stuff I wanted to talk about. So anyway, have a great night. Just think that that one Lauryn Hill thing is just ridiculous. There's so many 2s around it. I don't know. Who knows? If it's real, then they definitely placed fake numbers around it. And if it's not real, it's pretty obvious. So anyway, have a great night.